In this video, we'll look at how to define objects in JavaScript using the object literal syntax. So I'll go ahead and define a person's object quickly. So I'll say const person, and then in curly bracket, I put in my key value pair. So my first key value pair will be first name, which will be John, last name, which will be Doe. Then I'll put an age key value pair here. Then I will nest in a hobbies array. So I'll put an array here and say coding, which we can do in an object. So and then I'll put in reading here. And then in an object, we can nest in another object. So I'll just put in an address object here. And then I'll say street. I'll put a fake street here. I'll say 123 main street. And then I'll add another field here or key value pairs here. I'll just say country and put in USA. Then I will add a function. So in objects, we can add functions which are referred to as what? Method. So I can write a greet method here. So this is how we can define a function or a method in an object. So I'll just console.log using the name. I'll just say hello. My name is. Then I'll just use the this keyword which will refer to the object instance that we have created. So this dot first name, and then I'll write this quickly, this dot last name. So this is what? A function which is normally referred to as what? A method in an object. So whenever we write a function in an object, it is referred to as what? A method. So this is the old way of declaring functions in or methods in an object, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't work. But the new syntax, I'll just comment this out and then show you the new syntax which I prefer and which I'll do. So this is the new syntax. So we write the name of the function and then parentheses. So in this parentheses, we can pass in parameters. So in this case, I will not put in any parameters here. So we can put in parameters here. So I'll just go ahead since I'm not doing anything with it, and then just copy this and put here and save, and see that we are good to go. And we can return from this. We can return from our function. So I'll just go ahead and then write another function. So I'll just say display hobbies function, and then I'll return from this function using the return keyword. So I'll just return this dot what? Hobbies. Then I'll just use the join method on an array. Then I'll just join it on comma, and then empty space. So in order to access the individual keys, in order to access the values of these objects, we can write. So I'll just console.log the object first for us to see, a person object. So when I go to my terminal and use node to run my file, you see that the object, let me just make this bigger. You see that the object is being printed in the terminal here. So this is our object here. Now, in order to access, let's say, the value of what? The first name. So you write the name of the object, and then using the dot notation, then you write the field you want to access. So you see that from my code editor here is giving me auto completion of what? The key value per the keys. So these are the keys. So we can access the values via the keys. So I can access the first name, and when I go to my terminal and then run my file again, you see John being printed in the terminal. And then I can access the greet function and call it here, or the greet method. When I run my file, you see hello, my name is John Doe, and you see this undefined printed here because we didn't return anything from the function. So when I call this function, which is what? Display hobbies. When I do that quickly and then run my file, let me just clear my terminal and run my file again, you see what? Coding and then reading printed in the terminal, and we don't see undefined at the end because we have returned from that function. So this is how we can define an object in JavaScript using the object literal syntax. That's all for this video. Please subscribe and like for more videos and contents like this. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.